Hello, and welcome to Music Nerd, your weekly source for the facts and figures behind what's happening in the world of music. Roll the intro, Steve. By the numbers, 9 million, that is the number of dollars Eminem is being sued for by a homeless man who claims the rapper stole his idea for a 2011 Chrysler Super Bowl commercial. 500,000, that is the dollar amount rapper 50 Cent bet correctly on a 2012 Giants Super Bowl win. 1 million, that is how many 50 cents there are in $500,000. And 114 million, that is the record-breaking number of people who tuned in to see Madonna's Super Bowl halftime performance. That's 3 million more than they expected. Speaking of Madonna's halftime gig, her performance was overshadowed by rapper M.I.A, who used her cameo to show America her digitus medius. In honor of M.I.A.'s now infamous bird flipping, I present to you the middle finger in music history. Now, the first well-documented musical middle fingering occurred in 1969. Johnny Cash, while performing for the inmates at San Quentin Prison, was asked by photographer Jim Marshall to, quote, do a shot for the warden. So Cash posed for what would become his most iconic portrait. The punk rock revolution turned rock's rebellion factor up to 11, and what comes naturally with a rebellion factor of 11? Well, lots and lots of middle fingers. Pretty much any legendary punk rock figure you can think of flipped many a bird. By the early 90s, more mainstream acts were getting in on the middle finger action. The cover art for Ugly Kid Joe's debut album, America's Least Wanted, stirred up quite the controversy by depicting a cartoon Statue of Liberty ditching her usual torch for a solitary finger. And now over the last few years, while the finger is still enough to make Grandpa cringe, most just really don't care anymore. After performing with Elton John at the 2001 Grammys, Eminem casually let his birds fly high. And just last year, Lady Gaga even flipped off former President Bill Clinton while performing at his 65th birthday bash. So, M.I.A.'s Super Bowl incident is just the latest manifestation of a musical tradition that's been going on for decades, but I don't think it's even very offensive anymore. In charts news, Adele is still number 1, Lana Del Rey debuted at number 2, but the real story is Chipwrecked. Alvin and the Chipmunks' Chipwrecked official motion picture soundtrack jumped 17 spots to number 124, and nobody really knows why. It's been out for 12 weeks already. There wasn't a DVD release. There was no real extra promotion to speak of. I mean, this defies all logic, and I'm freaking out a little bit. If you can provide any insight as to what might be going on, if you bought it or if you know someone who did, please post a comment. And on the singles chart, The Darkness have seen the light. In the wake of their epic Super Bowl commercial, I Believe in a Thing Called Love has returned to number 161. Now, data collection for this week's chart ended on Super Bowl Sunday, so they're likely to place even higher next week. We'll keep you posted. I'm Dan Brown, your friendly neighborhood music nerd. Thank you for watching, and to have me stuff your noggin full of musical factoids every week, be sure to subscribe to Fuse on YouTube by clicking the Fuse logo.